Hey, so guess what, man? You're not going to believe this. Well, maybe you will because people are getting smarter by the day. It appears that the American College of Physicians has now said that maybe we should be putting some education in incorporating into all curriculum. Apparently, talking about that people should have a little more knowledge of how cannabis really works instead of just having the nope, that's it, it's over attitude. Well, are they right? Let me show you. Let me show this article, man, that I just got, and it's pretty interesting in all honesty. So Bazinga here has come up with this idea. Oh, I've gotten you the wrong thing here. There we go. Bazinga has come up with the with this article here, and it's under health topics. Okay. The American College of Physicians, representing over 160,000 medical doctors, issued a new policy paper advocating for the decriminalization of cannabis possession for personal use. This group wants cannabis be included in all medical education programs. As cannabis rescheduling is being reviewed by the DEA, the alphabet gang, following a public commentary period, which we know was tremendous for them because they got a lot of education from the peoples. Okay. And the ACP joins other prominent physician-led organizations such as the AMA and the Doctors for Drug Policy Reform. They want to emphasize education and training, of course. The possession of small amounts of cannabis for personal use should be decriminalized, they state. This call is part of a broader push to rectify the disproportionate impact of aggressive drug control policies on marginalized communities. Well, when I was in the joint, man, there was a whole lot of white folks in there too, and a whole lot of Mexican folks in there, and a whole lot of black folks in there. And if you looked around, there was I think a lot more white folks in there, in all honesty. I mean, I'm just saying. It was pretty odd. But on the other hand, it is what it is. Do your own research. That's just my opinion. But I was in there, so I do know that there looked to be a lot of folks in there, and there was really just one race in there, in all honesty, and they was all human. So let's stop worried about that and start thinking about the humans as a whole. Decriminalization, they argue, is a crucial step towards achieving equity and justice. Well, that's a load, but whatever. I don't know about it being equity, but it is what it is there. But I tell you what I know is that there's a lot of white folks using it too. There's a lot of Mexican folks using it too. There's a lot of Asian folks using it. There's a lot of black folks using it. We're all using it as one race. Again, the human race. Cannabis content should be incorporated into substance use curricula at all levels of physician education. This recommendation reflects a growing consensus among healthcare professionals who often lament that they are inadequately trained to counsel patients on medical marijuana. By integrating comprehensive cannabis education into medical training, future physicians will be better equipped to manage and advise on cannabis use, reflecting its growing medical and legal relevance. Now, and then they go on to talk about this public health approach. They're calling for a balanced public health approach to cannabis regulation, more robust public health approach to controlling cannabis, and should be implemented in states where it's legal, with attention towards prohibiting use among young people and preventing unsafe use among adults. The inclusion of cannabis legal states could be viewed as a warning of the risks of an unbalanced legal framework affecting for-profit cannabis markets. Well, hey guys, you're always asking, where do you get your display cases at? Try this out. displayorama.com. They got all you want. And a lot of those cases are in my shops. So if they're good enough for Chad, they're good enough for you. Hey, here's some examples. Check them out. Here's one. Here's another. I like these slat walls. And then check this displays out. This is a family-owned corporation, boys and girls. They can be trusted. They're out of Hollywood, Florida. Beautiful, beautiful people, man. They can't wait to help you. They'll even help you set up the shop as far as where you should put them. They'll give you some measurements. They'll build it out. Give you some examples. What more can you ask for? Don't forget, use Chad Wade 5 at the end to get a total of 5% off your total order. Don't waste money. Use this group. You're going to love them. I know I do. For-profit cannabis markets. Most of us that was sitting in there were for-profit cannabis dealers. I'm just saying. The ACP also underscores the need for rigorous research into the effects of legalizing cannabis, focusing on usage patterns, cannabis use disorders, motor vehicle injuries, poisoning, and other adverse outcomes. Well, good idea. That's a great idea. The group advocates for comprehensive insurance coverage of evidence-based treatments for cannabis use disorders and sufficient resources for cannabis-related public health activities. Apparently, they know what we know. It looks like that rescheduling is right around the corner, and they want to be in the forefront of it so that when people start coming in saying, doctor, help me, they can have some knowledge of what the heck they're talking about instead of just willy-nilly doing like, Governor Parsons over in Missouri and just writing a script, without any kind of background for it or knowing anything other than, what they've been told or led to believe or made up in their head, And so they have to do this, man. They're going to have to help their own doctors and doctors that are doctors now. And these upcoming doctors, they're going to have some education when it comes to this, because if not, they're going to not write these scripts, and it's going to funnel people into places that will do it, for the enough Skrilla to put in their pocket. So, $150, and you say you're in some pain. The next thing you know, oh, here's your script, kind sir. Get out there and, do no harm. Yeah, we all remember the pill mills, of the last decade and, the decade before it. And, if it's just me, I'm not the only one that can remember the Oxycontin issue, or the Suboxone issue that we still have today. Am I the only one that remembers this? You go to pain clinics and all of a sudden there's some dude there going, so you tell me you got this issue, right? And they say, mm-hmm. And your hands are hurting you, right? And you, mm-hmm. Well, you definitely need this. Here, get out there and go get it and pick it up down there at your Piggly Wiggly pharmacy. I mean, look, man, we're going to have some real education behind this. We can't just keep playing around like we are. Be for real. If you're serious about doing this, let's do what these doctors, 160,000 plus, are asking you. Hey, let's get some education, man. Let's really figure out, what can it do for you? Let's get some comprehensive studies done on this, and let's quit beating around the bush. I mean, what if this plant could really get us off these chemicals? And if it can, doesn't that sound like a good idea to you? I know it don't to Big Pharma because they want your money and to make slaves out of you. But, I think that's over. I think, we're done with that. And I know I am. I'm trying to get off all this medication for my type 2 diabetes. And so far, I'm 60 pounds down. You could probably look at old videos. You can see my face here. And you can tell that I'm trying to make a change. It's time they should make a change as well. And I think you all should also start making this change. I'm not saying that the MJ is for everybody. but maybe for most. You know, what if it could fix you? What if it could help you? What if it could ease some of that BS that only pain pills is doing? I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that at all. I hope you don't either, because I know that my people that are watching this are not foolish. The end.